You're listening to Spark TV, where we bring you daily interviews with real women in business at all stages. I'm your host, Danielle Lewis, and I am so grateful to have you here. Amazing, Tina! Welcome to Spark TV.
Hi, Danny. It's lovely to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, of course. I'm very excited to chat to you. We've spoken before, and I just love your business and your vibe. So, this is going to be great.
Yeah, I'm really excited to share with you. It'll be fun.
Amazing. Let's start out by telling everyone who you are and what you do.
So, I am Tina from Play with a Purpose. Um, I am a therapeutic play and listening practitioner that is also training to become a registered play therapist at this point in time. So I'm really excited about that. And I dabble a little in music and yoga and dance. And playing with sensory play. That's the best thing. So
Oh
cool.
my God.
All of that stuff like combined together. I love to have my finger in a few different little pies.
I love it so much. And is this for kids, for adults, for like what's the kind of target market? Who's your customer? Who do you look after?
Yeah, well, primarily we are focused on children at this point and their families. So their circle around them. It can include their early learning center or their school as well, because we do visit them. Um, and also we target early learning centers, playgroups, country shows, things like that with our entertainment side, if you like, of our business with our music and sensory play programs.
I love it. I was just thinking as you were describing, I was like, I think I need a little play therapy in my life this week.
Yeah.
It sounds
So,
incredible.
yeah, well, play therapy is not just for children. It actually can be for adults. And as I'm exploring the becoming a registered play therapist, it's opening up all these doors that I never thought would open before. But um, I got to like role play as part of the training that I just went to, literally. And I loved being able to be tapping into my inner child. So I highly
Mm.
recommend if you have the opportunity, do explore a play therapy session as an adult. It's a
Yeah, well, I was
thing.
literally just thinking, my most valuable time as a business owner is when I switch off. But
Mm.
sometimes, like, switching off and doing nothing doesn't help because you're just thinking about work and the to-do list. And, I kind of have those moments of like, okay, I've got an hour that I have to rest and I'll be totally inspired and all the things. And because you're forcing so much, it just doesn't happen. And I
Mm.
just thought, wouldn't it be incredible if you had time carved out to play and to totally focus on something that's joyful and incredible? And I can only imagine, me, I'm always thinking of the business outcomes, but I was like, that just sounds like such an amazing hack to bring some joy, switch off, and find a little inspiration, which I think never goes astray, no matter what age you are.
Absolutely. Like adults have really forgotten a lot of the benefit and the power of play. Just playing. No
Mm.
pressure. Just absorb yourself into there. Let everything else go and just be. And that's the beauty of play therapy is you get
I
to
love this.
be.
So, how did you even get into this realm?
So I was studying to be a teacher, actually, and that is my qualification, well, a few along with a few others. Um, so I'm an early childhood trained teacher. But while I was studying, I came across early intervention.
Mm.
And as I was sitting there in my lecture, I went, this is it. This is what I want to do. I'm going
Wow.
to dovetail now to to early intervention. I don't think I want to be a school teacher. I think I
Wow.
want to be someone who works with children prior to them getting to school and helping them be the best people that they can be, you know? That,
Oh, wow.
yeah. And that was my like light bulb moment. And that was when I went out of early learning centers and being in a room working with many children into services that were about early intervention. But sadly, most of the early intervention programs are funding based. And when
Ah,
they come to the end of the funding, if they aren't successful in getting more, then people lose their position. And that's what
wow.
happened to me. And so, and it had happened in a variety of different ways a few times.
Mm.
Thought, I don't want to be having to lose my job and find new ones. So
Yeah, totally. That does
my
not feel like
own.
a good way to live.
So I'm created my own. And
Oh,
that was the
genius.
birth of Play with a Purpose. So yeah. And the P.L.A.Y. actually has dots in between. And so it's an acronym for the power of play, the love of learning, attachment, and the yin and yang, which is the balance.
Wow. That's incredible. I just am so wildly fascinated by, you know what? This career path isn't giving me what I need. That's fine. I'll just invent my own path. This is amazing.
So that's how it came to be. And that was in 2014. And I started out with a diary. That was my cost,
Oh, wow.
bought a diary, because I had to convince my partner that, and my husband, that it was going to be okay. And so I said, there's no cost. I have all of this stuff. I don't have to buy it. This is why I've kept all these toys of the kids for all these years, for this
There was
reason.
a method to the madness.
And so, yeah, so then I started the business. And as it happened, where I had just finished working
Mm,
with the organization, they had just got funding for somebody to run the play groups for the family, because that was in Sydney, because
hmm.
I'm originally from Sydney, and it's in Western Sydney. And it was for their early learning through play program, which was with asylum seeker and refugee families.
Oh, wow.
And
Amazing.
so I originally started off with two, because I knew the person who was running that program. And then it grew to five across five sites
Wow.
during the week, to the point where I had to actually put staff on and was training them as well as like doing this stuff for this organization. And unfortunately, that came to an end and they took it back in house. Um, so I still had some really great connections. So I was starting to rebuild some programs, and then we moved across here. So yeah, but it was lovely to build those connections with those people and start to really flourish in Sydney, which was a
Yes.
little bit exciting. And then we came over here to for family reasons. So yeah.
Yeah. And it's so interesting, isn't it? I think that oftentimes people think that business is going to be like this linear journey and that you'll just do this and it'll grow and this will happen, and all of a sudden I'll be a billionaire and sipping margaritas on a beach. But it
Oh,
just doesn't work like that. It is about capitalizing on those opportunities that arise, and they sort of come and go and grow and expand, and some leave, and but you always learn something, you always get connections, you always get,
absolutely.
probably revenue at the time. It's
Mhm.
all stepping stones towards building an amazing business.
Yeah, and I can't agree more. Initially, I started out as a sole trader, but now I'm a company. I'm a CEO of a company.
Yes, you are.
It blows my mind. Like
Love
I
it.
simply cannot believe it that I am here where I am. Like
Yes.
originally it was 2014, but the company started in 2016. So I've been in business for 12 years now. And
Wow.
yeah, and now I am at the point where I just put my first trainee on. It's so
Oh my God, this
exciting.
is so good. How does that
Oh,
feel? And what's that
it's
process been like for
oh,
you?
um, yeah, sometimes it can be tricky to find the right person.
Yes.
Um, I have found it's been a bit of a process, and it's also a process knowing what you can offer the trainee,
Yeah.
within your business. And I'm outside of the box with my early childhood. So I
Mm,
can't have like anyone that is training to be an early childhood person, but I
mm,
can do, and I found that out in the process of doing the traineeship stuff.
yeah.
Um, so, but then I can offer people who are doing a community services or mental health um, certificate. So, yeah, so I'm really excited to be able to be working with my new trainee, and she's so excited to be on board, and it's just wonderful.
And because that's a formal government program, isn't it? The
Yeah,
traineeship
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So you have to be registered with your state of who is administering the traineeships in your state, and you have to sign a contract.
Hmm.
Um, and the minimum number of hours is 15 hours. And so
Ah,
you don't have to have a full-time trainee. And
that's
that was
good to know. Yeah.
yeah. So, but they just have to have somebody supervising them if
Mm,
they haven't done, you're not confident in the fact that they have done this before. So, and you need to be aware of like the training packages that are within the qualification that you are going to be supporting them with, and you have to give them time off to study and things like
mm.
that.
And does the government help fund trainees at all? Is there any financial benefit to this?
Yeah, there is a financial benefit to both the employer and the trainee, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a win-win situation, which is really amazing because it's not often
Yeah.
you both get a win.
Yeah, I was just thinking like this is super interesting for people who maybe even aren't ready to hire a full-time person, but they kind of need help.
Mm,
And it's in an industry where the traineeships would exist. I just
hmm.
think it would be really interesting to explore for some businesses listening that they might be able to get some help and have it a little subsidized.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you go through an employment provider,
Hmm.
which is linked to Workforce Australia, then there may be other options that you can explore, like subsidies and things like that as well, to support you with having employees as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. I always love these little tips because I think sometimes we think about business again, just, what we've seen in the media, and we
Mm,
just go, oh my God, I need help. Therefore, I've got to hire a full-time staff member. And I
mm,
think it's interesting to know that there are other options out there. So
yeah,
that's always fascinating. I love this.
yeah.
So, what's your service offering look like? So, how do you actually make money and find customers right now in your business?
So at the moment, about 50% of our business is therapeutic play to support emotional and social regulation for children. And usually their families are in the programs as well. But we do have some children that do the one-on-one with just myself, or they might have me and my trainee or another staff member in there with them. The
Mm.
other staff member supports by observing, and that's also my way of training up people so that
Ah,
they are seeing what I'm doing, listening, watching, like they're absorbing all of that stuff that I'm doing and how I'm responding to the child so that they can learn what I do. Yeah, because like obviously not everyone can continue working forever. And
yes.
so you come to the stage where you're going to need to have some help in I'm going to start dialing back. So I want people to know how to do this work that I'm doing so that I leave that legacy.
I think that's so incredible. Not a lot of people actually think long term like that.
Mm.
Um, that is really fascinating to kind of think, okay, what is the legacy that I want to leave? So obviously we're here to uh, serve. You obviously create great impact with the people that you work with.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
obviously you've got to pay the bills, that's business as well. But I
Hmm.
love this idea that you're building something that will last longer and without you and into the future as well. Why do you think like that?
Um, Not very many people um think about what children need and what
Mm,
they they need to be able to succeed.
mm,
They find it hard to put themselves in the child's shoes. Like, what is it that's causing this for you? Why
mm,
are you throwing things at me? Why are you
mm.
kicking me? Why are you hitting me? Like, where did that come from? What started
Yeah,
that process? So, I think that that is something that not everyone has that's in this field. And so I
yeah.
want to be able to share that with as many people as I can. And training up my team to be able to do that is really important for me. Yeah.
Wow.
So
It's
it makes
so
a
interesting.
difference. Mm.
Yeah, and you're so right. As you're talking, I'm just thinking about, sure, we have preschool or whatever it is in your state.
Hmm.
But you're right, like the developmental stage starts, from the moment that you're born and you're in a certain environment and experiencing different things. I think it's interesting that, parents don't have these kind of tools available to them. So incredible that you're stepping in to offer them and, teaching other people what's important and how they can make an impact.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that everyone that's been part of my team, like some people have moved on and other people are still with me, um, they always say to me, I just learned so much being
Mm.
here. And I love coming to work. Like my beautiful trainee, she said this week, um, she said, being here is almost as good as therapy. And I was like, wow,
I love
that's
that.
so beautiful. Thank you.
Mm.
Like, I don't know what it is. I mean, we just try or I try, and the most important thing for me in my business is that people feel welcome.
Mm.
I want you to walk in my door and I want you to feel welcome, no matter who it is, where you are, where you're at, however you are. I want you to feel like you can come in and go,
I feel like that just talking to you.
oh,
You've got like such an amazing, like calm Zen vibe.
oh, thank you. It's certainly not like that on the inside all the time. But sometimes
Mm,
like I go into that place and I'm just like, I am here for you
mm,
and I'm with you. And it's something that's come about from all of the different trainings that I've done and the work that I've done because I've been in the field now for nearly 20 years. So,
mm,
it's a long time that I've been doing this. And I've had some magical people that I've worked with that have influenced it. Um, like it's such a privilege to get to do this work.
mm,
No, it really is. You get to be part of a child and family's life. That is huge trust that's being placed in you.
mm.
And I never, ever take that for granted. It's such an honor to be part of their lives. It really is. So,
Yeah. And it's just so interesting, that intentionality that you have, that desire to, okay, when anyone steps in the door, employee, trainee, customer, child, parent, whoever it is, you want them to have this experience and this feeling of being welcome and feeling calm and that they're in this safe place. But you can clearly see that that is something that you have designed intentionally, that you have
mm,
this is a result of your training, your experiences, and it's just beautiful to see. I just love it when people have designed a business that they're so proud of and that it just comes out in everything that they do. So it's just incredible. I love this.
thank you, Danny. I really appreciate that. It means the world to me. It really does. Um, as I said before, it's my legacy, and I really want to be able to. This is something that I can leave,
Mm,
with whoever ends up, with my business, because I don't know yet what that's going to look like. I'm
yeah.
working on a business plan at the moment. Um, but like that's not really one of my strengths, to do that. I sort of tend to be more of a okay, I'm at this point. I need to do this now so that I can move to
Mm,
the next step. So, and like writing my business plan is part of it. I've tried like about 3 times to write it, and it keeps changing as I go back to it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's not really how I want it to look anymore. It's kind
yeah,
of
we've moved on.
yeah, it's evolved a bit, so I want to go down this line.
Mm.
So, yeah, and as I was saying, like 50% of my business is that therapeutic side, but then the other half of my business is the side where we go do children's sort of entertainment, if you like.
Ah,
Not
yep.
entertainment like a show, it's an experience. So we provide a Music Miracles program
Oh,
for
cool.
early learning centers, and we travel to them. So we're mobile, and we travel to them, and we go into early learning centers or playgroups or libraries and places like that, country shows. Um, and we do an hour of music and story time, and that can
Wow.
include instruments, puppets, streamers, dancing, like all sorts of nursery rhymes, like all that sort of thing. Like we're going to be doing something really special in World Nursery Rhyme Week, and so like that's really exciting that we're going to get to do that, and we're going to go to the Fringe down here in Adelaide this
Ah,
year.
cool.
So it's our first time going to the Fringe, and so we're like really excited about that as well. So yeah, we've applied, and so we'll see how we go. But yeah, we're very excited to be a part of that. And
Wow.
we also have our sensory wonderland, and that is our inclusive ex sen sensory experience. So it's all swings, ball pits, sensory play, like we have water marbles, which is little beads that are like Orbeez, but not called Orbeez, they're called water marbles. And they grow from this tiny, tiny little like 100, hundreds and thousands, like they
Yeah.
go from that size up to a little marble size.
Oh,
It's
cool.
amazing. It takes time to happen as well. So it's like this delayed gratitude effect.
Wow.
And yes, we do that. And Play-Doh, the best experience in the world, the best for children's learning. There's so much in it. So we always have Play-Doh at our events, and you can never underestimate what children learn from it. It's we went to Tumby Colour this year, and it was the first time we'd been there, and we were invited to attend, which was so exciting.
Wow.
Um, and the Play-Doh table was the one that had the most children at it for the
Mm.
whole event.
I
Because
remember Play-Doh. I remember my mum used to make it on the stove somehow. I
mm,
don't know because
yeah,
she's a genius. I remember making lots of food like hamburgers and things. So we had
yeah.
like a kitchen and we'd make everything out of Play-Doh. How
Yeah, well,
funny.
we make our own Play-Doh as well.
Hmm.
Because lots of our experiences are taste safe,
Mm,
so that children that are still mouthing or
yep.
likely to put things in their mouth, we want to make sure that it's safe for children. So if there's any, I worry about that, we will
Mm.
only put out the experiences that are taste safe. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think I ate a lot of Play-Doh in my time as well. Oh, so how are you finding like this is so incredible and you're like at the stage where people are inviting you to their events and you're obviously applying for things as well. Like what is your kind of sales and marketing plan? Like how do you get the word out about your business at the moment?
So we do have a website and we have social media
Hmm.
on Facebook and Instagram, and we also have a YouTube channel.
Cool.
Um, and um, Mostly with our therapy side of the business, that actually comes from referrals
Hmm.
these days. Um, Often, like, if you're part of a Facebook group and there's mums in it and they are looking for
Mm.
people, you can say, I might be able to help. And then that comes sometimes into work and they children come and see me. We are fairly well known within our Murray Bridge area.
Hmm.
And because we're based here in the regions in South Australia, which is not so common for services to be in this area. And then we have like I put things on Facebook. I have events that I do where
Mm.
we have children come in that are children from the community as well as children who may have NDIS plans.
Yep.
Um, and then so they can find it on Facebook or Humanitics and come along to that. Um, and then um, with our country show side, like that's sort of a bit of networking to applying to be there, testing out the market,
Mm.
offering little bits for free. And then, it sort of builds from there, and people will approach and say, would you like to come along and do this for us? And so, yeah, so now we're doing some Christmas sensory wonderlands for some of the local centres that have asked us to come and do their end of year celebration or a Christmas one. We're being part of a Christmas parade event this year. So, it just sort of grows. Um, with opportunity, I think. Yeah, like
Yeah, and I do
before.
love that it's like not one thing, right? You know, there's so many different I think that's the thing with sales and marketing that I find is there's not one thing that is just the source of all customers and solutions. There
Mm,
is so much that goes into it, whether it is networking through Facebook groups or posting organically or networking or attending events. Like there is so much that goes into it. So I'm always interested to hear what people are doing in their business because
yeah.
yeah, I think you do have to test a lot in your business and find the stuff that works for you until you get
Mm,
to that stage where you are now where it is a little bit more well we've got such a great reputation that people do refer us, which is like the ultimate place to be in business, I
yeah,
find.
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. So, yeah, when we get a referral, I always do a little excited
happy
dance,
dance. Yes.
because
Oh, so good.
that's, like the like you said, the place that you want to be. Yeah.
Yes, well deserved. And I could talk to you all day, but I always love to wrap up these podcasts with one last piece of advice. So, reflecting on your time in business, what would be a piece of advice that you would give to another woman on her business journey?
Mm. Um, be your authentic self. I think, is really, really important. No one can do what you do in the way that you do it. And so don't worry about the other people down the road. Be friends with them. Really, because like you just never know
Mm.
how things are going to work out. So, just be your authentic self. Be friendly, be kind, and things will happen. And be committed to how you want to deliver things, no matter what other people say. Because I've had a lot of advice as well, like, and especially because when I first started this, I'd never had a business. And lots of people said that I should change what I was doing. I should only to focus on one aspect of my business. But if you think that you need to have multiple avenues in your business, have multiple avenues in your business. There's no rules in business. That's why you started this in the first place. So stay true to yourself and where you want to go.
Oh, I love it so much. Tina, you are absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your story and your wisdom with the Spark community. That was incredible.
Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. I've so enjoyed sharing about it, and I look forward to being part of the Spark community. I'm really excited to be part of it.